How's it going, everybody? It's your boy KCG Trades, and the past week we just had overall was a very strong week in the market. If we take a look at the QQQ, I did mention last week that we want to see a breakout above this sideways consolidation here, and we did just that right on Monday. And for the next 5 days, we had strong action, now very close to retesting all-time highs. If we take a look at the S&P, we are continuing with this higher highs and higher lows action, which is very healthy and very strong in an overall bull market. If we see here, we are hitting new all-time highs continuously. And now I would like to see a potential pullback or some sideways action just to let the overall moving averages catch up. We've had 11 straight green days in the S&P as well as the QQQ. So we definitely want to see some red. No one wants to see red, to be honest, and no one wants to see pullbacks, but this is definitely something we potentially need. We are getting a little bit extended here, although the QQQs are very close to all-time highs. We kind of went straight from 307 right to 330 in just 11 trading days. So I want to see some sideways action on the QQQ, maybe some pullback to the overall moving averages to get like some sort of handle going, as well as the S&P. You want to see some the moving averages catch up, let the stock market, pull back, reset, take deep breath in, take deep breath out. We don't want to, run out of breath by going straight up because that's never healthy. If we take a look at other indexes like the Dow Jones, has been also very healthy and new all-time highs. So overall, just because pullbacks occur doesn't mean it's unhealthy. You want to see pullbacks in the overall bull market to ensure that it's all proper, to ensure it's all healthy. And if we take a look at other indexes and other ETFs, we take a look at the IBD 50, it looks to be breaking out, potentially breaking out out of this downtrend line here, setting up, as well as IWO, which is the Russell 2000 growth, also setting up to potentially break out of this downtrend line. So these are something we definitely want to pay attention to. Growth names have been lagging the past couple of weeks, couple of months actually, and now they do seem to be setting up once again. And this past week, we actually had some growth names catching a strong bid. For example, we had Square catching a nice bid, very close to retesting highs, as well as Pinterest, as an example, really close to retesting highs as well. So as long as you're looking for the right names, looking at the right names, you will find some strength. As we said, the overall market is very strong right now, and there's a lot of different industries, a lot of different sectors showing a lot of strength. The home builders, a lot of stocks that has anything to do with home building, because of the pent-up demand for people wanting to buy new houses. A lot of home building stocks are very strong right now. For example, LEN, very strong to all-time highs. And just for example, any stocks, not any, but a lot of stocks just in the home sectors are doing very well, like Floor and Decor. This is one I was mentioning the past couple of weeks, broke out into new all-time highs. And for example, Love, many breaking out to all-time highs or have already broken to all-time highs. So this is something you really want to pay attention to. There are different sectors, different industries that are showing tons of strength. And even semiconductors, I've mentioned that they were breaking out and they have just consolidated the past week. So they may be setting up for another run. They're not giving back much. And yeah, something you really want to pay attention to if you want to be in the next leaders. So with that being said, there still are names that I'm watching for this upcoming week, and I have 14 names on my watch list. So the very first one I'm watching is FUTU, FUTU. All right, so with FUTU, this was in my video last week, and I did mention I wanted to see a lower volume pullback that retests the breakout of this bull flag, as well as retests the moving averages, and that's exactly what we got. Coincided perfectly on Wednesday and Thursday, and I actually did position myself once I saw the very low volume off the moving averages. And then we had an inside day on Wednesday, and we had a nice bounce back above it on Thursday on better volume. And then on Friday, we had another inside day. So because of the action that's going on, that's very controlled and very textbook, I do believe this stock can continue its move higher. First things first, I want to see a break above the inside day, which is around the 158 level. And then I want to see a move back above this 170 level for it to potentially retest its highs. That's really what I'm watching for. Very simple action, very controlled, very bullish action that I'm watching. So I would love to see FUTU continue higher, mainly because of this beautiful fundamentals it also has. It also has to back this stock up. The next stock I'm watching is GRWG, Grow Generation Corp. So GRWG is a stock that's setting up nicely above this downtrend line. It saw some nice volume come in the past few green sessions, and then the red sessions were on lower volume. It poked its head right above this downtrend line, but then on Friday it had a beautiful inside day on lower volume. So essentially what I'm looking for is a break above this inside day, which is right at the 55 level, which also coincides with being above the downtrend line. So I want to see it get above the 55 level and then just break higher. Obviously we want to see some volume come in, but this is setting up perfectly for a breakout above this downtrend line. Very simple, very easy to execute, and your stop would be right below the inside day, which is around the 51.74 level. So I'll say 51.50 level would be your stop loss. So the next stock I'm watching is HZNP Horizon Therapeutics. So Horizon Therapeutics is setting up very similar to what we just saw in Grow Generation. Essentially looking to break out of this downtrend line. On Friday we had very low volume and an inside day, as many stocks did on Friday. So we want to see it break above this inside day, which is around the 92.50 level. We want to see volume accompanying it and get above this downtrend line here for a breakout, and then potentially retest these highs. Very simple, very similar action to GRWG, and that's exactly what I'm looking for. Very similar execution as well. You want to see it just get above it, and the stop loss would be the $90.50 level. Very simple. That's really what I'm watching for. So the next stock I'm watching is Lovesac, LOVE. So Lovesac right now is part of the industry group that is showing tons of strength. Anything related to home building, home furnishing, like I said earlier, is showing beautiful strength, and this is another one showing huge accumulation. If we take a look at the volume, 1.51 million on breaking out to new all-time highs. Beautiful breakout here. So essentially we don't want to chase the breakout as usual. We want to see some inside days and some retests of the breakout level of the 65-60 level on lower volume. If we could get a nice little 2 or 3 day pullback that will retest this breakout level on lower volume, I will definitely get in because of the strong leadership that it's showing. And yeah, so I don't want to chase this. I only want to enter it if it retests these levels on lower volume. It's the only way I'm going to get in. If it doesn't come down to my levels that I'm looking for, I'm not going to buy it. Simple as that. The next stock I'm watching is MU, Micron Technology. Now, MU is another stock looking to break out of this base consolidation that it's been having. Essentially, we're looking for a move above the 95.85 level, and then a close above the 96.39 level. Essentially what I'm looking for is very similar to what we saw in Love, just a big volume day with with huge volume accompanying it. If we could get that to confirm the breakout and then hit that $100 level, that's what I'm looking for. I will buy it intraday if I see some strong volume accompanying it, but essentially we just want to get above these resistance levels around the 95-96 level. If we could get through that on strong volume, lots of clear skies ahead. Next stock I'm watching is Pinterest, PINS. So with Pinterest, this is a stock that I mentioned earlier in the video as one of the growth stocks starting to catch a bid, but very similar to the NASDAQ and S&P 500, it is starting to get a little bit short-term extended. So what I'm really looking for this week is a pullback on lower volume to the moving averages. And then if we could take a look here, it's basically starting to form this cup action here. So if we get a little cup with handle action, that would be ideal on lower volume for the handle, and then the breakout would be the 86.20 level. Pinterest, as you guys know, this is one stock I'm very, very bullish on. So if we could get a nice little pullback to the moving averages and then break out of this cup and handle, that would be game over. I'll buy a ton of this stock. And yeah, I'm very bullish on this, like I mentioned. It is setting up very nicely here, and it is showing us signs that this will be another leader. It will continue to be a leader, as many growth stocks from last year are showing that they're not. But Pinterest is telling us that it wants to continue moving, and break out into new highs. So please pay attention to this stock and be very patient with this stock, but also don't chase. The setup will come eventually. So keep an eye on it if we form some sort of sideways consolidation or a low volume handle for a move higher. The next stock I'm watching is Peloton, PTON. So Peloton is finally starting to show signs of life here. Broke out of this sideways box consolidation that we've been in for about a month on strong volume on Thursday, retested the 50-day moving average, and on Friday we had a nice inside day on lower volume, and we also retested this box level here. So essentially what I'm looking for, very simple, a break above this Friday inside day at around the 123 level, and I want to see it get above and close above the 50-day moving average. If it could do so, I'll definitely be very bullish for this stock, and we could definitely see a move higher and higher, although it will take some time because of all the overhead supply from people who own the stock here. It could definitely find its way into higher highs and higher lows in the near future, as long as you're patient with it. So that's really what I'm watching for, just a break above that 50-day moving average on volume. Make sure volume is accompanied by it, and then see how the stock plays out over the next couple of weeks. So the next stock I'm watching is a new IPO, Roblox. So with Roblox, it is a new IPO, like I just said. It just came in the market in March 2021. So essentially it does look like this 72-75 level is resistance. It did break out above it on Friday, but it closed below it as near the end of the day as it crashed. So I want to see it get above this level and then close above it for a confirmed breakout essentially, and then I don't see why I can't retest these highs. It is a new IPO, so it is more susceptible to volatility, but if we could get and close above these levels, I will feel a little bit more confident that we could retest these highs. So that's really what I'm watching for Roblox. The next stock I'm watching is SI Silvergate Capital. All right, so with this one, it is very similar to what we were watching earlier with GRWG and HZNP, essentially looking for a downtrend line breakout. We've had a nice pullback to the moving averages, and then we bounce right above it, so we do see this as support. And on Friday, we peaked our head right above this downtrend line level, closing near the high of day. And now we're just essentially looking for a continued move. We really want to get above this 164 level. Once we get above, which will coincide with the downtrend line level, I do think this stock can rip. It is a very quick mover, but it is one that I think can really move in our favor. I am positioned in this stock as well, so I want to see it get above that 164 level on strong volume, and then see how it plays out for the next couple of days. Very simple, very easy to execute. Want that 164 level to get above it on strong volume. So the next stock I'm watching is Snapchat. All right, so Snapchat has been on my radar for quite some time, and this double bottom formation is starting to play itself out. I did mention last week that 54 level is where I got in, as it is the shakeout plus 3 level, the shakeout below the 51 level plus $3 around the 54 level. Now I'm just riding it to see if it could get above that 65 official buy point level for this double bottom breakout, which will also confirm the double bottom. But we are a little bit overextended short term, like I said earlier, so I wouldn't be surprised if we get some sideways action or maybe just a small pullback into the moving averages. I wouldn't mind that, and then I would want to see an official breakout above that 65 level with volume to accompany it. Past few days we've had strong volume, so it shows accumulation is being taken place. So I would not be surprised if we actually just blast through the 65 level, potentially retest the 73 level in the near future. So that's what I'm watching to potentially add to my position at that 65 level. Next stock I'm watching is SWKS, Skyworks Solutions. So Skyworks Solutions is actually playing out the way I would like Pinterest to play out. If we take a look, it's having this little U shape here, a little cup action with handle. That's exactly what I want to see pins do, has the cup action, and now I just want to see the handle for pins. So with Skyworks Solutions, I just want to see it go sideways for another day or two. Volume still minuscule, and then we want to see an official breakout above the 192 level. If we could get above that 192 on better volume, I'll be in on this, and then look to break out above these all-time highs at the 195, 196 level. So this is kind of fast forwarding what I want to see pins do, and if this could play off nicely, I would like to see pins do the same thing. So just once again, buy point would be the 192, and then your stop loss would be the low of this handle, which is around the 186 level. So that's what I'm watching for Skyworks. The next stock I'm watching is Tesla. So Tesla has been very, very quiet of late, putting many traders to sleep, but I do think a big move can be in the works. If we take a look at this past week, very small ranged candles finding support at the 10 and 21 EMA. We essentially had two double inside days from Wednesday to Friday on lower volume as well, finding support on the 10 and 21 EMAs. And if we take a look here, we're kind of getting this volatility contraction pattern going on, which is like the VCP action that is showing up. And then we just need to get above this 715 level, get above this 715 level on strong volume, and I think the stock can really move. The volatility, like I said, is getting much smaller, so a big move could definitely be in place, so pay attention to that. The fact that it is showing support at the 10 and 21 EMAs as well is good signs. So if we could get above this 715 level, I do think a big move is in play for Tesla. So that's what I'm watching for. And the next stock I'm watching is YETI. So YETI is another simple setup that I'm looking for. Essentially, we're looking for a break above this 79.17 level. It did really get close above it on Friday on better volume. It closed right below it. So we're looking to really get above it on strong volume and then eventually retest that $80 level for an official breakout. So I want to just get in a little bit early if we get back above these two resistance levels and then retest that 80-89 level. Very simple. That's what I'm watching for. As long as some strong volume can accompany it, I would be very interested in this stock. So the last stock I'm watching is ZIM, ZIM Integrated Shipping. All right, so with ZIM, this stock is showing great signs of accumulation. Volume patterns are very significant, and on Thursday we had a beautiful breakout on strong volume. And on Friday, we actually had a retest of the breakout level and closed near the high of day. So this shows you how strong this stock really is and the appetite for this stock. Essentially, I missed this, so this is why it's on my watch list. If we could get some sideways action or another retest of the breakout, I would be very interested in getting in this. Once again, I don't want to chase any breakout, so if it doesn't come to me, I'm not going to chase it. I'm not going to buy it. I'll only buy it if it, gives me an opportunity to. I did miss it on Friday, so I want to see if it gives me another opportunity. Might be slim, but you never know. But yeah, that's pretty much it with ZIM, and that's pretty much it with my watch list for the week. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please hit that like, share with your friends and family. If you could subscribe, that'd be amazing if you haven't already. The weather is getting much better, so don't stare at the screens all day. Enjoy the weather, enjoy being outside, soak up the sun, and I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Take care.